go, against a blue belt from somewhere, from another school or whatever. And like, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, but he saw it on YouTube, and next thing you know, he's trying to, do that to you.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, and I usually turn it up on people like that.
Yeah. You can immediately identify that though, right?
Yeah.
Just by, even before you start rolling with them, the first touch is like, this is going to be a rough one.
This is going to suck.
Yeah, this is going to suck. Yeah.
Yep.
And then honestly, we have our own defense mechanisms to defend against that.
Yeah.
If I'm going against, personally for me, if I go against a guy like that, I'm actually letting them get to the spots. I'm not trying to fight it. Where you say, and you're going to talk about this after this.
Yeah.
My way of doing it is just kind of turtling up and letting them get the back so that we're attached, so that it's less... Okay, like, you know what I mean? It's less elbows on my face, because you know how that goes.
Yeah.
It's less of them going here. We're attached so that it makes it like friction, a lot of friction to where it's not like, oh, okay, he could only do so many things to me at that point, right? Sorry, go on with your method.
I mean, that's my philosophy as well.
Yeah.
I tighten it up a little bit where he doesn't have too much space for us, because I don't want those elbows, freaking giving you black eyes. I mean, I've had gashes in my eye. Yeah. I mean, I wear a mouthpiece every time because I just don't trust a lot of people.
Even when like people accidentally hit you, it's like, fuck. You know what I mean? It's like the really good guys, it rarely happens. It rarely happens. Yeah. It does happen, I understand.
Yeah.
But then even for some people that's been doing it for years, they have that little like, chill out. Like, we're not in the competition room, brother.
Yeah.
Like, even though they're your good friends.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to name any names, and I love them. But it's like, you've been doing this shit for years.
Name some names.
No.
Come on, man.
No. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just their style, I guess, right? They're in that competition mode. Maybe they want to get some stress out. That's not for me to judge, right? It's like, maybe you had a fight with your wife, you know what I mean? And it's like, you want to kind of just go a little ham. And like you said, with your style, you can match their energy, and then you feed off each other.
Yeah.
But go on with how you handle that.
I'm a vibey dude. So like my jiu-jitsu is very, I would say it flows a little bit, but like I start off slow, just kind of, I always gauge my opponent. Like, what are you giving me? Because I'm going to give it to you as well, right back at same level. But at some point, then I'm going to have to turn it up, because I need to either get to a better position.
Sure.
Or I just need to finish this match, right? But for the most part, people could say it's a little bit lazy game. You go with somebody like Sim, or you go with somebody like Shane or Jerry. Those guys are always hunting for
God, I know
for it, right?
Yeah.
And so they're pushing to you. So I'm left to play a lot of defense in my roles with those guys.
Yep.
Which to me I would love it. I would love to be putting the pain on these guys too, right? Returning the favor. And eventually, I might get a sweep. I may end up on top. Now you're going to bear my weight. Now I'm going to, turn it up on you a little bit now. And we get to those scrambles sometimes. But like when you go with a guy who's really spazzy, man, that's when I just say, oh man, you fucked up.
Yeah, right.
And now I'm going to cook you. I'm going to put you in positions where I'm going to manhandle you. You're not going to be able to move.
Sure.
And you're going to be like, and I'm going to choke you.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to take your arm and I'm going to make you tap with.
Like, let them know, right?
Yeah, I'm going to let you know. Yeah. And then when we restart again, I'm going to start again on top. I'm not going to play the bottom anymore.
Sure.
Because now I know that I can't trust you to roll.
Yeah.
Without potentially, injuring somebody.
I guess you could say it's the other way, right? It's almost like, for me, I get really defensive. For you, since you're more experienced, obviously, you're able to do that, right? I mean, because the thing is that I've said this in past podcasts, even with Jerry, like, I wouldn't understand, because you're at a different level. You're way more experienced, right? Even though you told me, you articulated to me or elaborated to me that, oh yeah, I'd get this. And I wouldn't really understand, because I'm not at that level. I get it, right? Like, to close the gaps and then not give them any space and stuff like that. But I guess it's the same approach. But besides the fact that you're on offense and I'm on defense, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll let them close the gap, and then just for my frame of thinking, I won't let my ego say, man, even though they're like a lower belt, quote unquote, or less experienced.
Yeah.
I'll just defend the back. You know what I mean? I'll get better at defending the back. That's how I reframe it, I guess.
Right,
I won't be like, okay, I'm gonna fucking murk this guy, even though you can.
Yeah.
You know, even though you got the technique to put the arm over, turn around, and then get back at him on offense, I'll
Right.
just be like, you know what, I'll hand fight. You know, I'll
Yeah.
get the hooks off, and then I'll
Yeah.
make the most of it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes, you know, and I see a lot with guys that go with girls, right? A lot of guys, some don't have any like mental clarity, hey,
like awareness, huh?
yeah, awareness. Here, going with a girl, you know what I mean?
That's so fucking.
And I'm not saying you have to give them like everything, but at least like be courteous. Like, you know, they're trying to like do the technique as well. You know what I mean? So you let them flow.
Wait, are you trying to say that they go too hard? Or
They go too hard.
Okay. Because it could be both ways.
Yeah.
You know, because you know what? That's an interesting topic. Because I thought about that, right? Like some guys, that's the thing to do. Like it's almost like, oh, they're a girl, you turn it up on them.
Yeah.
But then it could be the other way too, where you're not giving them enough work. You're like, oh, since she's a girl, it's like,
Yeah,
well, I'm
yeah.
just gonna like play it, you know, and all that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you go somebody like Nora
Oh God.
or Emily,
Oh Jesus.
or Emily.
Yeah.
I mean, those girls are beasts.
Dude, that's an understatement.
They're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I could use my man strength and like, you know,
Attributes do matter. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, like strength and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's like,
yeah, exactly. But you know, it's not doing anything for me. It's not doing anything for them. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But yeah, I mean, when those girls get it, when they're on their whatever pre-workout, whatever they're taking, and they come at you, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna play some defense here, and I do what you do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand fight here. I'm gonna
Right.
do this. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get put in a triangle, but guess what? I'm gonna get out of the triangle.
Right.
I'm gonna find a way to get out.
Sure.
But it's helping me too because I'm in a bad situation. But they're very controlled when they roll. You know what I mean? They're very technical.
Yep.
And they do a good job. You know what I mean? So those roles I like rolling with. If I have to roll with a girl, I'll roll with like those girls.
Yes.
Because
Shino too. I love rolling with Shino. Yeah.
She's solid
Because
too.
they're all different styles, right? Like
Yeah.
she, like I mentioned, Shino's more like a petite. She has a petite body type. She'll roll to her kind of strengths, right?
Yeah.
And then Nora and Emily, you know, they're a little bit. What Emily would say, not my words, hers, is a little bit thicker. You know what I mean? So I just want to make that clear.
He said that, not me.
I just, you know, I had to make a disclaimer that Emily said that. But anyway, like they play to their strengths, to their attributes, right? Like, so the difference between those girls, I just explained the one with Chino. Emily's more like really top heavy, you know, to me. I mean, I might be a smaller guy, I'm not sure. But then with Nora, oh, dude, she's just an overall, like she could flow, she could be top heavy, she can fucking move around like I guess Jerry like, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's just really good. And what's interesting is that when I told Nora, me and Nora usually flow, you know, like she's usually good about it. And then I just told her one day, hey, Nora, just turn it up. I obviously I got tapped like fucking 5 times in like 5 minutes, right? You know,
She tapped you 5 times? I'm gonna have to tap you 6.
let's like -2 maybe. You know?
Whatever.
No, but yeah, no.
you gave it
When
up.
she turned it up, I was like, oh, this is like this is her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This is the real like competition kind of.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine even more in competition, right?
Yeah.
Like, but when I told her to turn it up, and I was like, dude, just go because I want to defend all these. You know, even
Yeah.
if you get me an armbar, just go for it.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh.
Yeah. But I mean they're good to roll with. But
Yes,
now you go into the girls who maybe aren't as good or they're just coming up, right? Because I mean, women in jiu-jitsu, it's still I think in its baby phase still, even after all these years.
That might be all sports, right?
Well, maybe,
Like,
but
it's
I
hard
think
for-
like getting, you know, somebody at my work to, hey, you know, come try the self-defense
yeah.
class. Come try, you know,
Sure.
girls don't like that. My wife will not do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I get it.
She does not like to, you know, get choked. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I got it.
not
I got
in the
it.
bedroom, but I'm
I
saying
got it.
like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
but you know, just the being confined, you know, being held down.
Even just being grabbed
Yeah.
for most girls is
Yeah.
a hard one because
Yeah.
they got that defense mechanism, right?
Right. So now when you got a guy who's really spazzy and he's taking it on a girl,
Yeah.
you want to see them. You want to see those girls go through the sport,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want to, you know, just you want to see everybody. I love jiu-jitsu so much. I think it's for everybody.
Sure.
There's something for everybody. But if they're in the wrong environment at their school and like the guys are just being either too creepy or they're being too aggro and manhandling these girls,
Yep.
you're gonna lose them.
Yeah.
You know, and now you left a bad taste in their mouth for the sport itself. So to me, it's like, you know, if I see somebody like taking advantage of, like, I look over and I see, a roll, and like this dude is just like beating the crap out of the girl. Like,
Right.
it's not necessary, right?
How often does that happen though? You know what I mean? Like it's very rare, right?
Well, I think,
it does happen. I get it, but then
I mean, I think at Syndicate you don't see it very often
because the culture.
because of the culture.
Right,
Because Jerry will be like, yo, at the end of the class, he'll put it all together. And hey, by the way,
Yeah, that's
dude,
great to hear. That's great to hear.
like, hey,
Yeah.
be aware who you're going with, right? Or if you're going with an early teen, right? He can't go to the kids class anymore. So he's like in between adults class and kids class.
Sure.
Those kids are scared as shit,
Oh, yeah.
thinking like, I'm going with a grown man. You know what I mean? Like my son, he did that too. Like he came in and, he was a little fat kid, you know what I mean? He was always the little guy playing around in the gym and he did good. Girls would tap him out all the time. He'd be crying. Angela at the gym.
Yeah.
Her daughter.
Yep.
Would always beat the crap out of my son, right? And he'd come back, I got choked.
Tell your son to man up, dude.
I did. I did.
What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Only if you're getting value out of it on YouTube and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a rating and follow. And also, I also write a blog newsletter from what I learned from my incredible guests that I have on. So sign up for the email list and get updates on the podcast.